Hello, Aries, and welcome to your reading. This is a reading for all those who have an Aries sun sign, Aries moon sign, or those who have an Aries ascendant in their birth chart. Anyone who vibes very strongly with the traits of Aries, this reading is for you. We are taking a look at your current energies and getting a little guidance on your situation. See what applies to you, see what makes sense to you, and then only proceed with the guidance. So let us see the energies of Aries. Okay, let's get a reading for Aries. Let's get a reading for Aries. Alright, let's start. You got 8 of Cups to start with. I think I'll just change the, yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, it's more aligned. Or maybe just a little. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, so we're starting with the 8 of Cups, Page of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, and 6 of Cups. Okay, just let me put this up like this. Okay, and here you got 6 of Cups. So your situation, Aries, is that you are coming, from a place where you have, you know, you've kind of, completed something for yourself. All right, and I think it's more of it's something, which kind of, whatever the situation might be, but it impacted you emotionally more than anything else. Okay, so sometimes it does happen that even if it is a situation at work, even if it is something as basic as a hobby or a project or anything, it's like work we do, but it impacts you emotionally more than it impacts you physically. Okay, so something has happened in your past where you have you've kind of moved away, you've detached yourself emotionally from a particular phase, and you feel that you're probably not going back to it, but currently you are a little confused about the situation. So at some level, you might not be participating in it, but at another level you are not completely out of it, because it keeps playing on in your mind, and it keeps giving you this, it's like the Page of Swords. So many thoughts are still going round and round in your head, which causes a lot of confusion. Or for some, if you have moved away from somebody, if you have taken a, I wouldn't say break, but some kind of distance has come in your relationship, and you're not in touch or contact with somebody, or you've stopped talking to somebody, yet you keep you keep a track of them. Like you probably check social media, you check their status, you check probably if they're on Instagram, whatever social media they are on, or you are in touch with, you have common friends, you're still getting information about the person. You are still let's say, you want to know what they're up to, you want to keep yourself updated regarding the other person. And though it's at the thought level, this situation is not over for you, though for the time being you feel that you're not going to participate in it, you are not going to give in to it, you are not going to be involved in it, you have created some distance between yourself and a situation, but at the thought level it is going on and on in your mind. You have not detached it, detached from it completely. You keep thinking about it still, because there is something which needs to be resolved, there is some balance which needs to be brought about in your situation. Because I think, from what I'm getting, is that you feel that you were shortchanged in the situation, right? You want some equilibrium to be restored, you want some give and take to happen, you want some balance to come into it, and I think it is on its way. some kind of communication from, whatever you have distanced yourself with, rather, whomever you have distanced yourself with. Maybe it is a colleague at work, maybe it is any, relationship, even, within your family, within your friend circle, or maybe even a romantic relationship, wherever, where whatever the situation is, you have created some distance between yourself and another person. You've stopped participating in it, but it has not left your mind. Your mind is continuously in that, because you're wanting some kind of, closure, some kind of balance to be restored, some things need to be ironed out in that, and you're waiting for that, and it is coming, and it will come. But it is going to be something which is going to be, you'll get what should I say, you'll get something, a small message, a small communication, a small conversation, something which will help you move away, but it is not going to resolve the whole issue. Okay, so supposing, let me say, for some of you, those of you who are working, and you've had this kind of experience with a colleague, and you're not on talking terms anymore, but the colleague reaches out to you, tries to communicate, you feel that, all right, this is the first sign that the person knows that something has gone wrong, something has gone awry. They also know it, you also know it, so probably you are making attempts to kind of patch up so that you can clear up. This reading only shows that the patching up phase is going to happen, but how it is going to resolve is for another reading. This reading is just about a few days, so by the let's say about 2-3 days, 4 days max from whenever you see this, you will see something coming your way which is going to thaw the situation. Alright, which seems to have been frozen. It might be a very little small something, but it is going to be a beginning. Alright, now for okay, it is going to be a beginning. Why? Because at the bottom of the deck we've got Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is all about new ventures, starting something new and things like that. So there is going to be a new beginning for you in this entire thing. But for now, it would be a good idea to accept whatever the other person is offering, to participate in a conversation, so that in due course of time you can clear up whatever happened in the past. Okay, whatever you turned away from, whatever was the reason which made you turn away from this person, that does need to be resolved. But for now, it won't happen immediately. Don't this reading does not say that somebody will approach you and they are going to kind of try and resolve the whole thing. They will start discussing what happened, what went wrong, and things like that. No, none of that is going to happen. The first is just going to be testing the waters, like are you ready to start resolving it? And your response is going to be will give an indication to that person whether you are ready for it or no. In all probability, I think, Aries, you are going to take up that offer, because you also would like to get down to the bottom of things, right? But that getting down is not covered by this reading. It all depends on how you proceed, because you have your own way of doing things. We are not getting into too many details, because we do not because this reading is only for a few days. I post an update every 4th day, so in 4 days, sometimes the whole thing might not get resolved, and the cards are saying the whole issue is not going to be resolved, but the beginning is going to take place. You will start working towards it. That is, if you are also keen, but in like the cards are saying, you would like to participate and you would like to clear it up. It will take its own time, so be a little patient. As it is, Aries, your intrinsic nature is to not to be patient. It's an impatient sign, right? Because you just want to get started with everything. But here you will need to just take it a little slowly, because it wouldn't be very wise to dive headlong into the entire situation, because you do not know yourself. You might know the other person, but sometimes it takes a little time to start to be on a familiar footing all over again. Because like this 8 of Cups says, a little time has lapsed, that you have not been in touch. So all of a sudden you can't just go you just can't go back to being really pally and having that warmth in your connection, or the way you used to bond. It'll take time for it to revive. Okay, so just be patient, Aries, and it'll take your time over it. Once the whole process started, it is just a matter of time that it would get resolved. Okay, and it is very likely that it is going to be. So what the cards are suggesting, that yes, do take up that offer, and because I think the other person is equally keen on making uh, amending the situation. And for those of you, if you feel that you would like to initiate something, initiate this kind of a discussion, um, you can be, if you feel that you would like to take the first step, you would like to take the initiative, even if you feel that, then you can be rest assured that that the other person is going to respond, because they would also like to patch up. One good thing about this reading is that both parties are quite are keen on working this out, are keen on resolving this, are keen on settling this entire thing. So whether you take the initiative or the other person, the fact is that both of you are quite keen on putting an end to this rift. As a little guidance, be aware of unconscious assumptions. So just don't keep building up things for yourself in your mind, and imagining, or rather creating how the situation is going to play out. Don't do that. That is one word of advice which has come for you, that don't play out anything. Don't with your own power of imagination, don't create a situation. Don't assume what you are likely to say. Don't assume what the other person is going to say, no matter how well you know them, right? Because the more you create a situation, you draw energies which will make them manifest. So don't create anything for now. Just go with the flow, as is depicted on the Six of Swords. Just flow along, okay, for the time being, and avoid just thinking that in the past so and so was like this, it's quite obvious they're going to be like this. No, gives, because a new chapter seems to be coming about, a new resolution is coming around. Obviously the resolution will come when somebody's had a change of heart, or change of thought process. So if their feelings have changed, if their way of thinking has changed, they will not have too many of those old personality traits, right? So make room for some newness regarding this connection. So Aries, that was your reading. I think it's all going to, for now, it is starting on a nice note, provided you just bear this guidance in mind. Okay? And if you've liked this reading, please subscribe to my channel for regular updates on your energy. Thank you for watching.